there folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a Seiko, as you can see here, but actually kind of a specific Seiko. We're going to talk a little bit about seller's regret, which has happened to me, and it took me around about 2 years to rebuy this one again. Now, for me personally, and I know it's subjective, the Seiko Samurai is possibly one of the best dive watches out there for the in that kind of price range of around about 400 GBP. But this one, which was released in 2017, this is the box that it comes in. So should you try and get your hands on one, make sure that you get this box. If you're as kind of anal about it as I am, I have to have the right box. But yes, here we go. Let's get into here, and you'll have in the top there, you can see it says Seiko Prospects Limited Edition, and this is the SRPB09K1. Again, there's a lot of reviews on this on YouTube, but there probably hasn't been a relatively recent one. But I just want to kind of, really, I'm being a little bit selfish, just kind of explain to you what I really like about the Samurai in general. I mean, we've got two more here, but with this being the limited edition, the Blue Lagoon, not to be confused with the Great White Shark, which has got the wave dial. This one does not have a wave dial, and it's not part of the Save the Ocean collection. As I said, it was released in 2017, and it is actually a proper limited edition. It was limited to 6,000 pieces worldwide, and as far as the UK goes, which is where I'm from, there was only 250 pieces allocated to the UK, and I did buy one, and I kept it for a little while, and I suppose greed got the better of me because they were selling for a premium. And yeah, I mean, I regretted that decision. I missed the watch. I kept telling myself that I didn't, and but I did. And my daughter, she was actually really quite cross with me for selling it, because this is actually her favourite watch from Seiko in the divers range. She likes Samurais anyway. It's her favourite diver, mine too, but particularly this one. So I mean, you all know the specs of these, but we'll go through it anyway, and then we'll talk about kind of where they can sit in pricing if you wanted to try and hunt one down. It's not impossible to get them. They do come up, as you can see, because I got one. But we have a case width between the 2 and 4 of 44 millimeters, including the crown. It's 47.5. We have a lug to lug of 48.5, and you can see those lugs are drilled, which is incredibly handy for changing straps, and we'll talk about that shortly as well. We have a thickness of 13 millimeters, and the crystal's actually sat just inside that bezel ring there. So that 13 millimeters includes that bezel. We have a weight with one link removed of 195 grams. The crystal on there is Hardlex, as it would be because it's Seiko, even though it's a limited edition. But yeah, let's move in and have a look, and you can see that that really rather nice sunburst on that dial, and I think it's kind of really those little yellow touches at the 12, the 3, the 6 and the 9, and the little yellow tip on the second hand. I think that really helps to set this dial off, which in sunlight and in natural light is, I have to say, is really incredible. Obviously all applied indices, which are Lume filled, Seiko at the 12 o'clock, and then automatic divers 200 meters at the 6 o'clock, and a date window over at the 3 o'clock. Now the bezel on this is a 120 click unidirectional bezel, and I'll be quiet so you can hear that. Pretty standard kind of sound for a Samurai. It's actually a nicer bezel on this one than the first one that I had, and look, it lines up. The construction of the case, everything is 316L stainless steel, unsigned crown, as you can see. But what I really like about these is these kind of really aggressive angles on here, and yeah, I really like the kind of the sharp edged theme of it. You know, the Turtle is a fantastic watch. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure it's much more popular than the Samurai. But for me, yeah, I just love this Samurai. Aluminium insert on the bezel, so you know, be wary of that. It's easy for it to take some damage, and we have a Lume pip at the 12 o'clock. The bracelet is pretty standard Seiko bracelet, all stainless steel, pressed clasp, yay! And we have push pins with a pin and collar system, and the collar on these is in here. It's in the middle, it's not on the outside edge, which is good. There is a diver's extension on this as well, which is a bit of a faff to get at, and it's not the greatest thing in the world. It kind of sits at a bit of a weird angle, as you can see, and is all just pressed metal. So yeah, not the nicest thing in the world, but even so. Solid end links, and on the case back there you got your Air Divers 200 meters. It is ISO certified, Seiko, and limited edition. Stainless steel, the Prospects X, and your serial number. And screw down case back, which is kind of a mixture of high polishing, and then you've got that radial brushing moving into the center where you've got the Seiko Wave. Now, I mean, Lume wise, we know what this is going to be like. Yeah, I mean, it's 2017, but it hasn't really changed much. It's although I think that they've got a new compound now that some of them do get, but we'll just give that a quick charge up. We'll drop the lights, and then you'll see the usual. Wow, there we go. Yeah, now it's pretty bright, and it does last all night, and as you would expect from a a fully certified dive watch. Yeah, it's you're not going to have any problems seeing that in the dark. Now, I have seen these. I've seen some people mod these, and I don't actually understand why you would do that with a limited edition. So what I would say to you would be, if you're looking to pick one up, just make sure that it's kind of an unmolested one. I've seen some people have changed, well, they change the hour hand, and they lose. Let's just move that hand out of there for a moment. We have a screw down crown. We'll move that hour minute hand out of the way, sorry, so you can have a look at that. I mean, why you would want to change that for kind of a fence post style, I'm not entirely sure, especially on a limited edition. I mean, if you wanted to put a different bezel on there, I mean, just change the whole bezel out and keep this one fully intact if you wanted to put a ceramic bezel on there. I personally, as it is what it is, I'd keep it as it is now, unmolested. Now, price wise, I've seen them on eBay. You can pick them up in Japan. They do quite often come up in Japan, but they're around about 800 to 850 GBP. Now, however you look at it and however limited that is, that's a lot of money for what is basically a £400 watch. When they were released, they were £400 actually over here, and they still command that kind of money today. If you can pick one up for between 400 and 450, if you're a kind of a samurai fanboy like me, I make no bones about it, make no excuses for that either, then it could be worth picking one up for your collection. They do frequently sell. I've seen them go on auction on eBay for kind of 500 plus in the UK. So if you can drop onto one for nearer the 400, my recommendation would be, if you like these, then grab it while you can, and deal with the wife later. It's kind of what I did. but she was happy. All was good. Anyway, that's all I've got for you, really. So really, I'm just kind of saying, yes, watch Selling Regrets. I'm sure we've all done it. Let me know in the comments below if you've kind of done similar things and then had to go on a hunt to rebuy something that you regret selling. I think it should be hopefully some interesting kind of conversation. I will get back to everybody that leaves a comment. But yeah, that's it. That's my ramblings on the Seiko Samurai, the SRPB09K1 that you can't buy anymore. Well, you can, but you know, it's going to be on the secondary market. But yep, there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you all in another video at some other time. Cheers for now.